We're a whole lot more complex than we like to believe we are.
Yes.
In Brazil, I saw racism, but at the same time, I saw, and it was very accepted, to see a couple walking down the street holding hands, and one would be black and one would be Asian, or white, or Native American, or any mix. There was still racism. It just looked different.
Yes.
Than what an American might expect. And a lot of it had to do with economics. If you were of the correct economic class, you were okay. If you were of the wrong economic class, then that's where you experienced the what here we would call racism, but different forms of oppression. So sometimes it's a little more subtle than we might expect. But we treat people differently, and I think that's at the heart of it. Because we don't treat everybody with the same deference.
Right.
We privilege some people and assume almost a moral failing for certain categories of people, whatever those categories happen to be.
I know, like in Africa, I guess that's the reason why they mark themselves so they all look alike.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff that they do, it'll be a tribe right here and a tribe over there. They might fight each other for whatever reason, but they all look the same. I mean, I couldn't tell the difference between one from the other one, but I guess to them they look different. But they all have the same markings and everything, and I used to say, question, how could you tell a different person? If you're both black, how could you tell a difference? But like it might be a tribe and they 7 feet tall. There's not one on the 7 feet. All of them 7 feet. Mm-hmm. And all of them, some of them had the bottom tooth pulled. Well, they all got the bottom tooth pulled. It looked like they had one father. Mm-hmm. And it's like I said, it opened my eyes and opened my mind up where on some things that I was closed-minded about. But see, in America, the difference in racism in America, I'm walking around and you can look at me and see it. I don't have to tell you. I don't have to say I'm black. You can just look at me and see I'm black. Mm-hmm. And that's why I was asking a guy in Jerusalem. I think that the people that they're fighting against and they don't like look so much similar. You would never know the difference unless you ask him, and he's proud enough to tell you. So I find that so difficult. How could you dislike someone when they look so much like you? That was a big problem for me too. When we all look alike and so similar, and then you can have a dislike for that person. Mm-hmm. But now that taught me when I got back to America, not just to love my people, but God created everybody. Right. So that's what I'm saying, that the big change in my life mm-hmm. was traveling and being able to fix it in my head, right. where I could understand that. I mean, you could have told me and explained it to me and said this, but I wouldn't have grasped it the way I did. And that's one reason why I thank God for putting his hands on me and guiding me all through life.